Folks, Rich Van Tassel back with you, finishing up with the game recaps from the later games of Week 16. Arizona 23-0 over the Giants, who dropped to 2-13. Arizona improves to 7-8. Eli Manning 27 of 45, 263 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. No running game for the Giants today. Wayne Gallman 10 of 18, Paul Perkins 3 of 10. That's 1.8, 3.3 respectively. Altogether 20 of 43, 2.2 yards per rush. Rhett Ellison, 4 receptions, 60 yards. Sterling Shepard, 5 of 45. Wayne Gallman, 6 of 44. Roger Lewis, 4 of 40. Eli Manning fumbled twice, lost one of them. He also recovered one. Jason Pierre-Paul and Olivier Vernon had sacks. Ross Cockrell had 2 interceptions. Shane Vereen, 24-yard kick return. Hunter Sharp, 19-yard kick return. Hunter Sharp, 3 punt returns for 19 yards. Aldrick Rosas, 0 for 1 in his field goals. For the Cardinals, Drew Stanton, 20 of 34, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Larry Fitzgerald threw a pass, completed it for 21 yards. Kerwin Williams, 16 carries, 51 yards, 3.2 yards per rush. Elijah Penny, 8 of 24. Drew Stanton, 2 of 1. That's 3.2, 3 yards and a half yard per rush. The team, 27 of 74, 2.7 yards per rush. Larry Fitzgerald, big day, 9 receptions, 119 yards, 1 touchdown. John Brown, 2 of 28, a touchdown. Jerron Brown, 3 of 27. DJ Foster, 3 of 24, receiving. Alex Boone, Robert Kindiche recovered fumbles. Drew Stanton fumbled. It was not lost. The team had 2 sacks. Kareem Martin and Deion Buchanan. Antoine Bethea had 2 interceptions. 1 punt return for 9 yards. Phil Dawson made his only field goal. Arizona, it's, you'd like to see what could have been if Carson Palmer, David Johnson were healthy all year. They weren't. They still finished 7-8, could finish 8-8, maybe 7-9. With the injuries, you got to give the Cardinals some credit. The Giants, it's just been a terrible year. It never got anything going. You've got to really wonder how something could have gone so wrong for a team this year. The Seahawks eliminated the Cowboys 21-12. Seattle is 9-6. They would need a win and a Falcons loss to make the playoffs. Dallas drops to 8-7. Russell Wilson, 14 of 21, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Russell Wilson, 9 carries, 29 yards, 3.2 per rush. Mike Davis, 15 of 25, 1.7. Thomas Rawls, 5 of 24 yards per rush. The team, 30 of 76, 2.5 yards per rush. Doug Baldwin, 4 receptions, 35 yards. Paul Richardson, 2 for 21. Baldwin had a touchdown. Mike Davis, 4 of 18 receiving. KJ Wright recovered a fumble. Russell Wilson fumbled and recovered. The team had 4 sacks. Deion Jordan, Frank Clark, Michael Bennett, and Shaquille Griffin. Justin Coleman had a 30-yard interception return for a touchdown. KJ Wright had another interception. Tyler Lockett, 1 of 9 in punt returns. There were no kick returns. Blair Walsh did not attempt any field goals. For the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, 21 of 34, 182 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The one that was returned for a touchdown was clearly on Prescott. The other was a bobble that bounced up in the air. Ezekiel Elliott, 24 carries, 97 yards, 4 yards per rush. Dak Prescott, 421, 5.3. The team, 30 of 128, 4.3 yards per rush. Dez Bryant, 3 receptions, 44 yards. Terrence Williams, 4 of 43. Jason Witten, 5 of 39. Dez Bryant lost the fumble. Bryant had a terrible game in this one. 3 sacks, Benson Mayotta, DeMarcus Lawrence, Taco Charlton. No interceptions. Ryan Switzer, 2 kick returns, 45 yards. 5 punt returns, 32 yards. Dan Bailey, 4 of 6 in his field goals. Had 2 critical missed field goals in this game. Everything went wrong for the Cowboys in this one. Could not get in the end zone. Were bad play calls at times, fumbles, bad interceptions. They basically outplayed Seattle, their defense. The Cowboys' defense outplayed Seattle's offense, but the Cowboys' offense really gave this game away. They got a lot of breaks last week, didn't get them tonight. Hats off to the Seahawks. Let's see if they can make to the playoffs. Certainly, it's well within reason to expect that Atlanta could lose that game, so Seattle once again finds a way to win. You look at the numbers, though. Russell Wilson didn't even have 100 yards passing. The Cowboys really should be ashamed of themselves. San Francisco continues to impress, 44-33 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. San Francisco improves to 5-10, now won 4 straight. Jacksonville drops to 10-5. They've already wrapped up the division. Blake Bortles, 32 of 50, 382 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Leonard Fournette, 18 carries, 48 yards, 2.7 per rush, 1 touchdown. Blake Bortles, 5 carries for 31, 6.2 per rush. The team, 28 of 92, 3.3 yards per rush, and a touchdown also by T.J. Yeldon, so they had 2 total. Keelan Cole, top receiver, 6 of 108. D.D. Westbrook, 4 of 74. T.J. Yeldon, 7 of 64. James O'Shaughnessy, 5 of 39, a touchdown. Jalen Strong, 3 of 38, the other touchdown. Blake Bortles fumbled, it was not lost. Leonard Fournette recovered a fumble. 1 sack, Yannick Ngakoue. I'm not even sure how you pronounce his name. He's had a good year all year. I've definitely said his name a lot and botched it. Barry Church had an interception. Corey Grant, 2 kick returns, 46 yards. Jalen Myrick, 1 of 18. No punt returns. Josh Lambo, 1 for 1 in his field goals. For the 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, 21 of 30, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Matt Breida, 11 carries, 74 yards, 6.7 per rush, a touchdown. Carlos Hyde, 21 of 54, 2.6, a touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo, 3 of 3, 1 yard per rush, a touchdown. The team, 35 of 131, 3.7 yards per rush. Kyle Juszczyk, 5 of 76, receiving. George Kittle, 3 of 42, a touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 3 of 37. Trent Taylor, 3 of 19, a touchdown. No fumbles, 1 sack. It was Solomon Thomas. Like to see him get involved. Dante Johnson had a 50-yard interception, returned a touchdown. Kawan Williams had an interception, and Ahkello Witherspoon had an interception. Matt Breida, an 18-yard kick return. Trent Taylor, an 8-yard kick return. Trent Taylor, 2 punt returns. 16 yards. Robbie Gould, 1 for 1 in his field goals. We'll start with Jacksonville. I don't know. There was a lot of tension on the sideline. Jacksonville has shown they're a very high emotional team. I don't know if they knew they wrapped up the division. Well, I know they knew they wrapped in the division. I don't know if knowing that they wrapped up the division coming into this game, if that caused them to get real sloppy. Blake Bortles went back to his old ways. You'd like to get this game out of the way. A bad game like this, certainly it would humble the Jaguars and make them regain focus. That's the only silver lining you can come out of it. San Francisco played very well. I just wonder how much that was a part of it with the Jacksonville Jaguars in this game. Of course, for the 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, boy, he really looks good. He looks in command. Very athletic guy. Can do a lot of things. It's just unfortunate that the 49ers didn't have him early on in the season because they are looking very dangerous moving forward. All right, of course, I forgot to do the recaps from yesterday's games. My apologies. We'll have to give you the previews of the games tomorrow. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Have a Merry Christmas, and we appreciate all subscriptions. Thank you.